what day is it today? It's Thursday. German lesson. Thursday is Donnerstag. Thursday, which makes it day 10, 11 of our Boycott Qatar 2022 stream series. So I'm boycotting the World Cup, so I'm not watching a single game of the World Cup this season because obviously the migrant worker rights situation, the slave-esque conditions they have to work under, and the people who died in those conditions and the people who didn't die and had to work in these conditions, many of them still haven't received their fair dues and their wage. So hence why I am boycotting the tournament, and I want to offer anyone who wants to do a similar thing an alternative entertainment. So if you ever get tempted by watching it, you can just watch me. Now, obviously, everyone's welcome to watch this channel, but for today, for now, we are doing 2 streams, probably, maybe just 1. It'll depend, because maybe I'm meeting my girlfriend at the Christmas market later. We shall see how that one pans out. And yeah, to start out the stream, of course, we are donating a little bit of money to my fundraiser. I'm trying to raise 750 euros to donate to the Migrants' Rights Organization, an NGO who works and puts a lot of effort in for migrant worker rights, so that situations as in Qatar don't happen again, and even where they happen, the workers eventually get their fair dues. And we're starting every stream they are off with a little donation towards that page. And yeah, so today we're starting with €5, and like every stream day we start off with it, every stream day we end with it. And hopefully at the end of the World Cup we will have raised those 750 euros. We start by €5 today. I tell you the thank you message has gone through, so the donation has come in. It needs about the process, so it won't say 145 euros for a while still. But that's that covered. Let's jump into what is going on in a more light-hearted sense in Football Manager for us today. What are we expecting? So we have a couple of league fixtures, and we're almost into the transfer window yet again. It went quite quickly, and we're trying to turn around what has undoubtedly been a very disappointing season so far. And we're within the chasing pack, I would argue, of that second spot, which is the promotion playoff spot. We were aiming for automatic promotion, but we never really got on a good run of form. So yeah, hopefully we can turn that around today. We went out of a couple of cups already. The only one we're still left in is the Intermediate Cup, where we're looking for revenge after losing the final of that last season. We're going to be hosting our rivals, Donegal City, in the was that 3rd round, which makes it the round of last 16 of the cup. So it's going to be quite a tricky tie. But I think we're not going to spend much time chatting and getting straight into the league action. Loyola Park is our first opposition. They sit right behind us, and they have, if we have a look at the XG table here, been hard done by so far. Arguably, we have the too. Just 2 points below what we're expected to, and we should just be 0.4 points away from top of the league, whereas we're sitting like 11 points away from it. But that is just how it is. When we look at Loyola Park, they should be exactly in and around us. So similar situation, just they sit 3 points off worse than us. So they have basically been one of the underperformers so far this season. It should be in that relegation, in a promotion push. Instead, they look more threatened by relegation for the moment. So they will have something to prove, as do we. We have made minute tactical changes in that we have pushed the left winger down. We have slowed the tempo down a little bit. I'll show you all of it once we get into the match, as the Banbridge board have invited me to attend an interview as they wish to discuss with you the possibility of becoming their new manager. Now, I have no interest in that whatsoever. Banbridge are doing a lot worse than we are, the police service of Northern Ireland, and why would I leave the police? I'd probably get arrested for that. The interview will give the board the opportunity to discuss their ambitions and plan with you in more detail, so we can reinforce our belief in your suitability for the role. I appreciate the offer, as Ronnie Horry is only there as a caretaker manager. They must have sacked their manager very recently, Philip Devlin, after 331 days in charge. After Lee Guy, he's the Lee Guy, failed there. Ronnie Horry is in charge temporarily. Philip Devlin has failed to turn the fortunes around. And now they're sitting currently at the bottom of the table. They only avoided relegation on the final day last season, with one of the greatest escapes of football. But I predicted to finish 12th. They sit in 12th. I'm quite surprised that they were so trigger happy. We will decline the interview. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at competitions. Yeah, they have 5 points from 10 games. So actually, it's fair enough. Let us continue on through towards the match against Moyola Park. As I will remove the tea bag from my tea, and as you can see, I'm well prepared. I have shot glass, so I can put the tea bag in, so I don't have to leave the set. There we go. That isn't innovative. I don't know what is. And we're already at match time. William Rory still not back from his injury. Again, he's not going to play any major role for us, but if we can give him 1 or 2 nice send-off games, maybe a trophy to send him off, that would be nice. He has off-stream decided to retire on the 11th of May, which is irritating to me, because if we do get to the Intermediate Cup final, it would be 3 days after that, and that would just be heartbreaking, because I'd love to see him, go for that redemption arc. And after getting sent off in last season cup final and kind of costing it for us, coming back and lifting the trophy as our captain after a 7-month injury again. Looks like it's not going to happen. He'll be a bit of a mascot for this season. It's the second player who's already announced his retirement this season. We also have Nathan Riddle, who's looking to retire at the end of this season. And yeah, we shall jump into this match against Moyola Park, I guess, for now. Hood early crosses, they think, would be suitable for us. Now, what have we changed? We have... actually, I want to check something out. What happens? So if I cross far post, it says cross aim far post. Okay, I thought it would say something else, because it used to say something else. Cross aim post. Okay, thank you very much. We have changed a little bit formation-wise. We have pushed that left winger down again, as we had it last season, where it's just a left midfielder. We kept the role the same on winger on attack, but last season that role seemed to work for us better, and no one really has made the left winger spot their own so far. I think it might be down to that. I don't know how much difference it makes. He'll maybe be more around these players to pick up the ball and then drive from deep. I'm tempted to make one of the wingers just a supportive winger. I think maybe something that's happening is that we always want to carry it all the way to the byline and then swing the cross back in. However, that gives them time to get defenders in position. And since we don't have anyone with a big aerial presence, if we swing high cross in, that's not working. However, all of our wingers basically suit an attack duty better, so we'll stay with that for now. One thing we have changed though is we lowered the tempo. We just want to make sure we're in control of games. I had a bit of a look back at our statistics so far of the games we played, and it was always pretty balanced in terms of possession and pass completion, slightly going in our favor. If we maybe lower the tempo, we can have a bit more control. I think we should be one of the better sides in the division. Then we have set it to low crosses, because as I said, we don't really have any players with an aerial presence in the box there. As Waff is in the chat. Welcome, my friend. Quick question. I want to do a rebuild, but I literally have no idea for clubs. You got any in mind? What, are you back on Football Manager now? Or are you looking for, like, what's the other one? Football Manager. The only actual rebuild that worked out in the end was with Parma. I love Parma. Is Buffon still playing that? So just give me a real quick word. No, Soccer Manager. It's easier for me. Okay, rebuild on Soccer Manager. I don't know what kind of divisions are in Soccer Manager. There's always the options of Fallen Giant, like Deportivo La Coruña, which I think now sits in the 3rd tier of Spanish football, having in the early 2000s been one of the major teams from there. You're a bit younger, aren't you? What's something that could be good for you? Maybe one of the German sides, Schalke, who have kind of fallen out of favor recently and looking like they're going to get back relegated to the 2nd tier. There's National League for France, National League for England. Okay. League 3 in Germany. Oh, you could do 1860 Munich. I love 1860 Munich. Rival Bayern Munich. Maybe that's something that'll take your fancy. They used to be quite a force to be reckoned with in German football. 1860 Munich sit in the 3rd tier of German football. France, I don't know too well, to be honest. And I hate 1860 Munich. Okay, forget about that one then. I don't know. You could also go Wrexham, Hollywood FC. If you didn't know, Wrexham, 5th tier of English football, the National League. They have been bought up by Ryan Reynolds and some other guy from Hollywood. I have a CAC in Germany, League 3180 60 Munich is a bitch. Okay, CAC. What is a CAC? League 3. Oh, 1860 Munich is a bitch. Okay. What else can I think of? CAC is create a club. Okay, of course. Yeah, no, then you have to 1860 Munich, don't you? I mean, you could do like a secondary Paris club in France, like Paris Red Star or Paris FC, trying to over topple PSG. Isn't there one of the like old powerhouses of French football getting relegated last season? Like someone like Nantes or Saint-Etienne, someone like that maybe? I don't know, is it even important to you that you rebuild someone, or is it just like building up a club, even if they're a smaller club? Either way, I highly recommend playing with the police service of Northern Ireland. I kind of want a mid-table club, definitely not Giants. I want a proper rebuild. Yeah, I guess Schalke would be a good shout to Germany. If you don't want to do Germany again, then maybe mid to low table club, maybe Manchester United. No, sorry, unnecessary pun by me. Mid to low table club, maybe to chat. Yeah, maybe also that you have a bit of a relegation fight to begin with, don't you? I mean, the biggest challenge is always England, isn't it? Could get United to the National League. Yeah, you could do a challenge of like slowly deteriorating the club to the point where you get them down to the National League without them sacking you. That would be an achievement. I don't know. You could do an Everton, try and overtopple the other Merseyside club in Liverpool. Challenge, get United to National League before Maguire retires. You kind of need him to finish the challenge, don't you? You seem to have a very personal agenda against Maguire from what I've seen so far from you in the chat. Russian Red Soccer Manager is that you can't actually get sacked. Oh, really? Low-key sucks. Yeah, I agree with that. But then you should try that. Getting Manchester United to the National League. No, so that's all my thoughts. I can't really think of anything better. I hope there was something valuable in my shared thoughts for you. If you have any suggestions and want to hear my thoughts, let me know. So yeah, tactic changes. We are playing low crosses because we don't have anyone with any height in the box. We are going for a slightly lower tempo because we want to control the ball, staying positive. We're staying the same here with our distribution. And, defensively we look good, so we're not changing anything here. So it's really just minor changes. You will see if they make a difference. I've also changed around the personnel we're playing with. Now the backline largely stays the same with Massey, Bryars, Slavoka, Ferguson, Wardlow. Now there was Wood in for a while. Bryars looking like he's getting back in. I want to do less back and forth changing. I think that might have been a big part of why we struggled so far, that we haven't settled on a fixed lineup. Because there was so much fixture congestion, and I was like, after 2 poor games, I kind of replaced the player. So we're also going to stick with someone like Kyle Wardlow, who hasn't done well recently, a 6.42, but should be the best player in that position until they find some form, I think, unless they do terribly. We'll start with Wilson and Cochrane. It's looking like it's going to be a starting 2 in midfield. Heron we're putting back up top, which seems a bit crazy because Chris Watts has already scored 15 goals for us this season. But he just has those games where he goes completely off, and then he has those games where nothing happens. And I get frustrated at that, so we'll just have him as a super sub for now. If he forces himself back to the starting lineup, great, and we can push Heron down that right wing. But also we've got such a good option on the right wing in Jack Berry that playing Heron to the centre just makes a bit more sense. Barnes will kind of persist with down that left until he gets some more consistent good performances in. And Kalen Ward at an attack midfield spot. So this is like the lineup I want to go with for the next 2 weeks, unless any major warning signs tell me that I need to change it. Okay, let's get into the game against Moyola Park. So let's see what WOFs were in the chat. Only way you can change clubs is by accepting offers. I could do Albion Rovers. They have a very, very, very small stadium and only 46k budget. Hey, always nice to have a challenge. Team is Dogwater. Tried it before, failed miserably. Pretty sure Albion Rovers are the worst team available in Soccer Manager 22 by far. Hey, I believe in you. Try it again. You can turn it around. They're in the National League. I've never heard of them, to be honest. But yeah, my knowledge of English football is not super extensive. As I put my fist and say, this is our chance to exact revenge, so let's do it. Many players seem motivated, even some that weren't here last season, like Thomas Burns and Kalen Ward when that game against Mayola Park must have been. So that's nice. So almost all of the players have pictures. Look at Finlay with that hat. Love it. We're on a K runner form, but we really do need to do a little bit better if we want to do have something to do with promotion this season. I also try to create a club in National League, though it's so tricky winning games. I find it weird. So does create a club, does that mean you just get like with the lowest possible team? Or what happens then? As Ward is standing over a free kick. See what he can do from here. We don't really have a free kick specialist in our team. Ward shoots over, but never top of the net. That was a good effort from outside the box. It's encouraged the boys. We've looked good. They've not created anything, and we have definitely had the better of possession so far. So Wardlow and Barry don't seem too happy with my feedback. They don't like me much, I think. No, it's mid-table, and you get two very good prospects. Always the same players with different ratings. As we failed to create anything in the last 10-15 minutes. That's a bit odd then that you can't really buy a win. Sounds a lot of fun. You could name it after yourself. WAF FC. As Ward is another free kick. Can he hit this one off the post? Unlucky. I hate Barry's mentality. We've definitely been a better team this game, but it doesn't look like we've created anything major. As us going attacking has let them in a little bit by the looks of things. You get a 30-something-year-old good striker, a young Cam with very good POY, and also a young striker with high potential. It's literally what my creative club is, WAF FC, with a stadium that holds around 6,000 people. Wow, madness! That's a bit frustrating that it's always the same, that it's so generic. It'd be exciting if it was like a bit of RNG every time. Now, it sounds like you're desperate for a challenge, like to begin with, avoid getting relegated with a team, and then kick on from there. So look for a weaker team, my friend. That's Burton Rovers, if that's someone else. So Manager is way easier than Football Manager. Still a bit tricky, but overall way easier. And maybe I'll check it out. Maybe we can do a stream on it sometime. As Jamie Massey's pass completion is not looking good, so I think we'll change it up and let him distribute to Mr. Andrew Ferguson. Johnny Wilson is having a poor day out at the office. As is Thomas Burns, of course. Yeah, you're doing well. Keep working hard for full time. They like hearing that. We're gonna change the distribution. So sometimes it really works with that distribution style to the playmaker. Sometimes they just don't come to pick it up. Ideally, we would play with a deep line playmaker, but I think the P.S.N.I isn't quite the right one for that yet. We'll try and do the other way that I was thinking of, playing a wing on support down on the left and pushing him back up. Maybe that could work out for us. Other than that, we'll go back to a positive mindset and see if we find a bit more luck in the second half. Also, less confusing, you don't get flooded with charts and graphics and everything. I'm impressed that you actually know what's currently happening. Oh, wait, let me slow down the speed between highlights. It's gone a bit too fast for my liking. Or I could do just what you're currently doing, start on a bad club and work my way up to bigger clubs. Yeah, that's always fun, a bit of a journeyman. Didn't try that yet. Yeah, just start at a bad club. If you get a good offering that you like, take it. And if you want to keep progressing that bad club, it's also fun. Thomas Burns' performance has picked up a little bit. What has our performance overall been doing, actually? Nothing really. So picked up a couple of yellow cards on the forward line. Let's go back to attacking. Wait, what does that change? Slightly shorter, slightly lower. Standard line more interesting. It's a bit more direct and passing. Counter press a bit more, so that hopefully a bit more is happening in the match. Also push our line of engagement up. No, wait, our forwards all are on yellow cards. We don't want any of them getting sent off. So the winger support switch seems to have worked. So we're going to bring on Nathan Riddle to try and play there. I see Heron down the middle. Hasn't been too fruitful so far this match, but we'll keep going at it for a little bit. Otherwise, we'll bring in Chris Watts. And then we'll try Connor Young down the right-hand side. He should be a bit better going forward. He's meant to be our backup in the central midfield spot, but not doing well. Not doing well in there, so we'll try him as a right back where he was actually from when he started up. Now the question is, what club would I start with? Maybe we're still second division? Or just start with a club in my country's league, Romania. Yeah, go Romania! You'll be less lost because all of a sudden in the Brazil league structure you don't know where's what's promotion, what's relegation, how many teams are in which league, all of that stuff. It gets really confusing. Go with Romania. So it's nice. I always like building up a team from the lower divisions of Austria as well. It's always fun when you see the players you know and teams that you know, and you think like, oh, go to the stadium there. It looks nice in the game. Then in real life, it doesn't look like that at all. Because we finally got a highlight. Is that our first highlight? No, we had the free kicks. Kalen Ward finds Matthew Herron. We left him on. Come on, please reward us for our faith. What happened? Was that blocked? I don't understand what happened there. Is that blocked or did he shoot terribly? Let's go behind the goal. Okay, I was blocked. Well, too bad. Gotta say, Soccer Manager really sucks in some points of views. You can't retrain position for players, you can't do swap deals. Really want to see SM evolve in the near future. Romanian League sucks on the field. Yeah, sounds like a really fun game, but it's frustrating that you can't do these things. Even when we qualify in the Conference League, we get beaten 5-0 in 2 separate games by the same club. In other words, 10-0 in 2 games. Yeah, maybe not the best time to be a Romanian soccer fan. Football, sorry. And we'll take Heron off and bring on Watts, because Heron just hasn't done the business out there. We'll bring Barry off and bring on Yip. We'll make Johnny Wilson as central midfielder on attack and Ward an advanced playmaker on support. So maybe there's a bit more forward runs going on. Up the tempo, up the passing directness. And then pressure high up because now we've gotten rid of most of the players with a yellow card. Come on then, boys. Look at that, that's a 5-4 game in the league right now. Dollingston were 5-2 up against Portsmouth, and now they're running back to 5-4. Incredible. What a match. Come on, boys. Those changes have done nothing so far. What else could we do? Johnny Wilson's having a bad day out. Let's bring on Jack Owens. Play him as a Mezzala. Make him an attack midfield on attack again. Maybe lower that down again. Maybe that's not quite it. I don't know what I'm doing. Just hoping something works. Because I'm frustrated that we're not winning many games. Let's demand more at our next opportunity. Come on, come on. Ah, it's gonna be 0-0, isn't it? How boring. Is it? My friend, you've write so much in the chat all the time. Our soccer changed so much since Haji retired. We went from winning the Champions League to getting owned in the Conference League. I'm all, what do you mean? You won the Romanian club won the Champions League? When was that? I didn't know that. This Watts could be in. Confusion at the back for them. That could have been huge for us, but couldn't confirm. I think I'll start with a mid-table club in Romania and work my way up. Hopefully, I don't end up at Madrid by the second season. No. Hopefully, I'll be a bit unrealistic. FCSB against Real Madrid on pens. Really? Oh, that's amazing. When was that? I had no idea. Yeah, the game ends 0-0. We were the better side out there, I guess. Created the better opportunities, but at the end of the day, we just come away with 1 point. Trust the process, it will be successful. I hope that comes rather sooner than later. Listen, it's a tricky tie. Away from home against Moyola, who even though they sit low down in the table, are amongst the better sides in the league. Just been getting unlucky with the results so far this season. So yeah, could have gone a lot differently. Heron has like his 3rd game in a row where he's performing pretty tired. I didn't get into the best positions, to be fair. That 1-1-on-1 where a shot got blocked in last minute by the defender was a bit disappointing. 85, 86. Incredible. Was Haji in that team? To be honest, I know of Haji, but I have no clue who he played for. Tom Barnes continues to disappoint. We'll try and keep him on that left midfielder spot for the next game, see if that sees an improvement. Otherwise, we'll try more of that wing on support role. We went at a time where we beat Argentina with Maradona. Incredible. And Haji was playing in Turkey, Galatasaray. Oh, wow. Press conference and the assistant. 6 unbeaten following a draw. However, there was only 1 win in there. Incredibly, that's against top of the table, but still not much use we can get out of that. Bro, even fouled Maradona. Fantastic. Now you're just slowly declining. Well, hopefully you've hit rock bottom sooner and can go back up. Yeah, we continue to occupy the lower half of the table. 15 points after 11 games. These are 6 points behind the promotion playoff spot. And that team being top of the table, which wins automatic promotion. Matthew Harrod apologizes. Good, apologies. That's good. I'll let that translate to the pitch. Tom Barnes picks up a ban. So I guess Tarkington will get an opportunity in his old role down that left-hand side. Should we give it to Riddle now? I'll give it to Tarkington. He's performing so bad. 6.34. Dreadful. Still have no idea what's happening on your screen. Well, we are currently progressing through the dates. Just before I was, like, after the match, I was going through and criticizing players and finding them if they had a poor performance out there, because that helps pick up their motivation. As Heron is going to start knocking the ball past the opponent, which is huge. So this is like a player trait you can train to your players. And with him, 11 dribbling, he was decent on the ball anyways, but with him having 15 acceleration, him pushing the ball past the opponent, then running onto it, he should be a menace. Is there anything else you want him to train onto him? I think we will look to ask him to round the keeper. So you dribble past him. Doesn't seem like something that's likely to work. Instead, let's use player with composure, which is one of his strengths. But that's the reason I don't want him to finish like normally. Any suggestions for traits we should get him to work on? Encourage to stick to the right hand side of the pitch when dribbling. Okay, now we'll do my thing. Next round the keeper. 7 composure. Be fine. It's like I'm taking a Chinese test. God, I'm so lost. So that was the training page, and we wanted to ask one of our coaches to train a trait on a player, so something that he does regularly in the match. That was the idea here. And I would like him to take the ball around the keeper instead of always shooting when he's in one-on-one, because obviously he's a very good dribbler, not the best finisher. That's the kind of stuff why I love Football Manager, to be honest, because you can do those like minute, small things to make, players that a little bit better or worse if you train the wrong ones on them, or just different to fit a tactic or something like that. Is Tubbermore going to come out as in a 4-4-2? They're sitting in 5th in the table, but at least we're going to be at home against them. Not even League of Legends is this harsh towards new players. No, it's definitely a fair criticism of Football Manager. It makes it so difficult for anyone trying to get into it. As got the B team match coming up, we'll send our players down there in a second. So apparently Jamie Mass's handling hasn't improved, but at 7, I'm not willing to stop training him on that. Kai Wardler would improve if he tried to move the ball to left foot before dribbling. But he's not going to dribble much anyway, so I don't really think we need to waste training resources on that. Move on. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Calvin Brownlee should be encouraged to develop his weaker foot. He's a right back. He doesn't really need to have a good left foot. James Clark needs to be moved to the P.S.N.I as he's too old. Although as he'd be a fringe player, his playing time needs to be watched closely. I've just moved him down to the B team. Let's see what he does for them in the meantime. William Moore is very much past his best and not the player he once was. Same for Nathan Riddle. But exposing Matteo Lavolca to more playing time has really helped him progress to a new level. That's very good and good news. Thank you very much. What league are you in again? I am in the 3rd tier of Northern Irish football. Oh, B team, forgot to set up the B team, which is fantastically named the Luff 41 Premier Intermediate League. The division above is the Luff 41 Championship. And now I thought Luff is like a big bank or company in Northern Ireland, which is going to sponsor the leagues. However, and also the 3rd tier of Northern Ireland is still a fully national league because the country isn't that big. However, it's a food market, Luff 41. And yeah, we're trying to get out of it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this season. So I want to set up the B team. So this is the first team we're going to send out there. Yes. Yes. And for the B, available for the B team, we shall make. So Graham could use some match sharpness. We'll put Ben Mitchell on the bench instead. Jack Owens can use some match sharpness. We'll put Hannah on the bench instead. Chris Watts can use some match sharpness. We'll put Mr. Moore on the bench instead. So Graham, Owens, Watts. So I can pick 5 players. Hamilton, Gordon, McGill. Let's do Gordon. Hamilton 2, and Bradley Yip is young enough so he doesn't count towards it because the players need to be under 21, so we will send him down there as well. Okay, set this up. Why is James Clark a left midfielder? That's so weird that it does that. Brownlee should be at left back too. Okay, Ben Gordon goes in there. Jack Graham in there. Mr. Owens goes in here. Hamilton can go in midfield, and we have Bradley. Yep. And Chris Watts. Good. Easy. So hold on, does this game have every single league from every single country? No, it does not. This is one of the lowest tiers of football which are in the game. So in England, for example, it goes down to the 6th tier, to the National League North and South. In Austria, for example, it just has 2 leagues. So it very much depends where you want to play. However, you can download a database which gives you like even lower leagues. So in England, that goes all the way down to step 10 or 11 of football. And you know, then also there's custom databases of like super leagues of Europe, where you have a relegation promotion system with the like top 5, like 5 leagues of 20, 24 teams, all that sort of stuff. And you play against like pan-European and you get promoted to the leagues and all of that. So the vanilla version of the game has like the 4th tier if you want to play really low, 6th tier of English football, 4th tier of Swedish football, 4th tier of Danish football, 3rd tier of Northern Irish football, 2nd tier of Welsh football, just as some examples. But you can just for free go to the Steam workshop or to some other database collection and download a database which you have way lower tiers, and most of them work pretty fine as well. Man, I don't even know where the subs are. What's the worst league available? Yeah, the worst league available is, I'd argue it's probably the 2nd tier of Wales. It's fully amateur tier. You know, like even the 1st tier in Wales is, except for the New Saints, which are semi-professional, a fully amateur tier. And then not in the 2nd tier, like North and South division of Wales, which is even worse, I guess. So from what I know of the game, I'm guessing that's the worst division you can possibly be in. As William Warren is letting me know that Ben Mitchell isn't himself at the minute, as he feels he should be starting more games. So I'll ask Warren if he wants to fix that for us. Okay, Mitchell is set to be a regular starter, and he hasn't been recently, so that's fair enough. I'll discuss it with him, and see, can we talk anything over and get it sorted. Supposed to be a regular starter here, but my playing time hasn't really reflected that. What's going on? I'm not willing to make him a regular starter because he's very good for squad personality, as he's got a good personality from what we can see, but he's not the kind of player I want out there. He never performs all too well. Okay, I don't want to make him any of these promises because that basically means I promise him that we're going to play him more. I asked him if he would be willing to accept a squad player role. I don't know how I would react to that. Would be better if you were prepared to accept being used in impact sub, fringe player. Really just don't fit my plans. There's a lot of football still to be played this season. Be patient, you get the playing time you want. I understand you want more recognition, but Matteo Volker is in the form of his life and is ahead of you on merit at the moment. You need to ensure you're able to capitalize if his form drops off. I think that's what we'll say. I'll kind of challenge him to wait out his turn. Tim's a great player, but we can coexist here. I want to show what I can do too. Okay, we'll hope that his good head kind of convinces him. I don't want to lose you, but I can't go around making guarantees about who's going to play and when. Show a bit of patience, get your head down, and you get your chance to prove you're worthy of that playing time. We're getting nowhere here, so with this, so let's finish the discussion here. I'm not happy with how little I'm playing, but I can see you're not going to change your mind anytime soon. Okay, yeah, we just agree to disagree. We'll see if he changes his mind and comes around eventually. Otherwise, we might just have to leave. Let's see. I think I'll go and finally start that Journeyman set. Thanks for the advice, mate. So good luck with the matches. Thank you very much. Good luck with your Romanian adventure then. As Warriors really will return from injury is really imminent. That is nice. As our B team draw with Yip impressing and scoring a goal, that's good to see. Chris Watts performing at a 6.1 though is not good enough. Player of his quality in a B team match. Played against Queen's second team as well, with the opportunity to overtake our rivals. That's disappointing we didn't do that. So Chris's last game, okay. Doesn't consider that one as the last game. So yeah, our B team are having pretty much a mirrored season to us. It's kind of like it's going okay in mid-table, but we're actually kind of hoping for better. Let's go on holiday until the match. I don't like always having to go for just do everything bit by bit. Zuno, I'm getting a loading sign on my Twitch. Hopefully that the stream is going well. YouTube seems to be going fine, so I think it was just a blip. I think we should be fine. Upload speed is also looking okay. All good, all good. So Tubbermore in 5th. I think if we beat them, we might have a chance of overtaking them. Finally going into the top half of the table. But obviously that's not a gimme. Considering how we performed so far this season. Very nice if we can slowly turn our fortunes around as we head into the January transfer window. The thing is, we don't really have a position where we desperately need to strengthen. Obviously, left winger wouldn't hurt because no one really has like made clear that he's going to be the starter in that position. Also, we've got good options there, if not fantastic ones. Maybe that defensive central mid role has still not really been covered, but Cochrane is doing well out there whenever he's called upon. So I feel like we should just eventually click together and we'll have a bit of a run of form, but no guarantees at that. Nick Turkington is doing everything to convince me not to start him. No, not just performing poorly in games, but also in training. Is there a problem? There's no strong feelings about the squad support for the manager who remains at a good level. You bitch. Ooh, all of these areas seem to be dropping. Ah, because Ben Mitchell is unhappy, of course. So who agrees with him being unhappy? Cannot see that. Okay, it is Chris Watts, Tom Hegan, Jamie Massey, Aaron Cochrane, Matthew Hanna, Elliot Wood, John McGill. Okay, it's all of our goalkeepers and just 2 starters, Jamie Massey and Aaron Cochrane. So like, could be worse. Chris Watts is well arguably a starter. Hopefully the situation will calm down soon enough. It's really not what we need right now, Mr. Mitchell. So we make like 6 league games unbeaten, only 1 win in all of them. 5 draws after like last 6 league matches. Just very boring. Want something more exciting, please. Okay, we've got a recruitment review meeting. Let's see what we can add there. Here's a review of all the transfer business since the last meeting. Since then, we have seen some activity. We also have some player attracting interest and have some suggestions for players we can move on from. Okay, what are you saying? Oh, we are struggling to find suitable recommendation which is focused due to maximum age requirements and the focus. So upping the maximum age to this recruitment is a good idea. Thanks, but that's not the idea. We want someone who can play in the B team. Okay, same thing here. Thank you, but no thank you. Let's get to recommendations. There's an update of all the players we found based on recruitment focus assigned to us. 0. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, end meeting. Well, that was very productive as always. Alexa takes charge at FCU Craiova. I don't know how that's gonna work. Oh, it's a guy. I thought it's like the the Amazon Alexa thing. Did you know that was operating at a huge loss for them? They might have to shut it down. Imagine how mad everyone will be who uses an Alexa. I don't know what the newest is on that. I just picked it up in some report once. Okay, so Tuppermore is actually 4 points away from us, sitting in 5th, so we aren't unable to overtake them, but closing the gap would be of supreme importance, to be honest. As they have a 4-4-2, they have good connections between their players. Good for them. Okay, yeah, same team as last week out, just Tarkington coming in for the suspended Thomas Burns. And yeah, without any further ado, I think we'll just jump straight into it. Hopefully we do a bit better than last time. Let's actually save the game. Stream 8 this is. Okay, it's been saved. Let's jump into the game against Topperwall. Everyone seems very happy with the tactics. Let's hopefully see that translate to the pitch finally. Well, apparently we're favourites. Oh, let's put some pressure on, boys. We're favourites. We should be winning this one. So there's a loss in there, of course, which we lost in the cup. Ooh, there's a ring on my door. Let me check that. Okay, it was girlfriend as she was leaving. I guess she was trying to turn on the light in the staircase and accidentally hit the bell. So this is going well. 0-0, nothing happening. I don't understand this much. Oh no, free kick opportunity for them. We're terrible for set pieces because we're such a small team. Maybe we counter. Toman has it. Over the top. Wardlow, unconvincing header. Should have let that go through to Massey. We got rid of it initially. Berry hits it against as much force as he could muster. Ooh, Ward over the top for Heron. Uses his pace. Come on. Scores! Let's go! Woo! Ah, we just needed the one chance, I guess. 1-0 to us. Matthew Heron. Very, very boring game to begin with. First proper chance, apparently, 23 minutes in. Ward over the top to Heron, who runs onto it with beautiful pace and slots it past the keeper. And I think that might be his first league goal for us, as it's only the second time for him starting in the league as a striker, I do believe. And he does very well there to get that one. I like it. There's one thing we will do, since we are leading, is sort of pace down him. Because we want to control matches a bit more, and that's not really worked out so far. Is that a real highlight? Or sometimes it just pops up with a highlight just because we just made changes. Keane takes it off Wilson. Oh, we win it back. Maybe it's a highlight. Berry looks inside to Wilson over the top for Heron. All on his own there. Ooh, left-footed shot, but saved by the keeper. Good reflex save by them, and good positioning from him. And corners, let's not get hopeful. We're not very good from these. So we're going to see it, apparently. Ward to deliver. Front post. And it's headed behind by Tamana. We're going to have another corner. Are we going to see this one too? No. That was it. As that would push us, as things stand, to the top half of Spally Makasha, failing to win their match. It would see us 5 points outside of that promotion playoff spot, though, as Queen's University are winning theirs. Should they fail to win theirs, we'd be within 4 points. Oh, no, wait, actually, I'm looking at Tullamore. It would be 6 points slash... 4. Confused. So yeah, we're keeping them pretty quiet. We're not controlling possession of the game as I would hope, and as I just said, that it's going to be a highlight for them. Tom onto the back stick, white side. Heads over. Come on. I don't know why it's always such low-scoring affairs in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. Do we need to up our tempo, or is it just a defensive way to play here? Is it just because no one's good enough to create an opportunities? I don't really know. This Kai Wardlow is back to having this terrible pass completion, really. Johnny Wilson's having a good match out there. Barry and Turkington are doing nothing down the wings. We're ahead on the scoreboard, and we certainly deserve to be. We'll try and make that change again, making that left winger wing on support instead. Let's see how it works out in this match. If it once again does good for us. Goalkeeper distribution worked out, so we'll keep it up. Kai Wardlow can start taking a few risks when passing, I guess. And outside of that, we'll keep everything as is. We'll do a second half. As I am longing for another win, honestly. 6 matches undefeated, only 1 win in that entire run. And we need it if we want to have anything to do with promotion this season. It's been going so averagely so far. I'm not sure if we ever had a run of more than 1 win in a row in the league so far this year. Hardly anything's happening, although they have created some opportunities recently. Let's see, first highlight of the second half. It's Rafferty on the ball. Now we win it back. Lavorka has it. Heron's not going to win that. He does, but there's no one around to support. Tom Mann plays back to Forrest. Crooks Long ball. Rafferty's good in the air, but so is Lavorka. Ward takes it down into Heron, who looks up. Can he find Barry? Barry making good run into space down the right-hand side here. Look for the delivery back inside. Heron back stick. Good movement to get there on his weaker foot, but easy save for their goalkeeper. But I like that. It's good link-up play between our striker and our right winger. As Tarkington's continuing to perform averagely out there. What else can we try down the left? We could try Bradley, but that's a bit too attacking for now. We'll try Nathan Riddle. We'll try him as a winger on support from deeper. Or Kai Wardlow should also come off. We'll see how much that can help Kai Wardlow, maybe having a good passing option close to him. Other than that, we'll leave things as they are. So we're doing pretty well. We'll go for a little bit of time wasting. And I'll leave everything else the same. Next highlight, 70th minute. That goalkeeper has it in hands. It's going to give us good information on how we deal with their distribution. So they go long. Keane has time to take it down, which is exactly not what we told Ferguson to do. He's a stopper. He should challenge for those balls. And we are shepherding away nicely then, but they're in, and Whiteside. It's the broad side of the crossbar. What happened there? It's just a long, hopeful ball forward by Kearns. Keane and Lavorka in a duel. Drops to Rafferty. Ooh, that's fortunate that we got away with that one. For missing that one. Don't know how that worked. He hit the crossbar and then it went out that way. Okay. Ooh, we've got a lot of tired legs out there all of a sudden. Caelan Ward wants to come off. Don't necessarily have a player to bring on for him. Can anyone kind of play that position? Not really. We'll just go with midfield 3. See this one out because what has deserved to come off. Yeah, we'll bring on Connolly Young. We'll play Wilson as a deep line playmaker on support. Take off Ward for Hannah. Can play that advanced playmaker. Riddle's done. Oh, we don't know how Riddle has done off the bench so far. Ben Mitchell should come on for one of the centre backs because they're both very tired. We will bring him on. Hopefully that doesn't cost us because we lose aerial presence with him. And that's all we'll do. So we have a bit of a time waste sub as well left. Let's confirm those changes for now. Dangerous opportunity for them. The pressure is mounting. Nothing happening. I don't mind nothing happening, to be honest. Johnny Wilson's dead on his feet out there. We don't have a defensive player to come on still. Bring on Bradley Yip, causing some havoc down the right hand side, hopefully. Got more time wasting. What else can we do? all good with everything else. If they start attacking us more, we'll go balance, so we get more men behind the ball, hopefully. There's a corner to them. Hate us seeing us concede corners. As I always say, we're very poor in the air. Massey with the goal kick. Johnny Wilson to Wardlow. Young. We have a good structure in the 4-3-3. I don't know how many men we have going forward though. Young looks over the top for Heron. Doesn't make that run. So they're going to have some time to build up from the back here. Put ball through the lines. This could go anywhere, this highlight. Toman on it. And Keane. Rafferty's in. The Walker's fallen asleep. Shoots over. Okay, let's go for a balance. I don't really think that was due to us coming too many bodies forward. We haven't created anything since that one opportunity for Heron. Doesn't matter, as long as we see this out. Come on, let's see this out. Come on. Yes, let's go! Woo! Finally another win in the league. Oh, it's the first one since we've been beaten top of the league Limavady, which was such a big result that we thought we were going to kick on from. We didn't. We drew 4 matches after that, but finally another win. It's always good to get a result even when we're not playing as well as we know we can, because we definitely have more in us than that. But we won it, and that is the minimum requirement, I guess. Continue on. As Jack Barry's out for 2 to 3 days with an injury. I didn't see him get injured. Does he have a bruised rib? Okay, I guess he could soldier on through the rest of the match with that. But I should stay out of training for a couple of days. Makes sense. As Kalen Waters, a fantastic performance out there. Heron was decent. Barry was okay. Tarkington. Didn't have a single key pass or chance created. I'll have a look at Nathan Riddle's stats off the bench as well, because that's important to see how the role change will have affected it. Our defensive line had a good game out there, keeping a clean sheet. Wardlow did a lot better in the second half. I feel like what also helped past us giving them that instruction of taking less risky passes, that we had a winger sitting deeper on support in front of him, so he could always find him. That was an option closer to him to pass to. Mitchell did a good job off the bench, so he is a good claim for that starting spot right now. So Riddle, 5 passes, 5 completed, no key passes or chances created. I'm not sure if that's the solution. Send McDowell to the press conference. We make it 7 unbeaten. Finally another win in there. And yeah, in the league we are now 4 points behind third, into the top half as well. 6 points, however, behind second. 11 points behind first. So still far away from where we want to be. And let's just keep pushing through. We've got Crew United next week, and then we've got another couple of league fixtures before we have a week's break, and then the cup tie against Donegal. So yeah, let's just make sure we win the next match. Crew United are sitting in 12 now, so they must have overtaken Banfield. 6 points out of 12 games. The XG table confirms they should be towards the bottom of the table, however they have been harshly done by so far. Yeah, let's hopefully continue that trend of them being harshly done. And let's move on to the next match. Nick Tarkington apologizes for his poor performance, but how often have we seen him do that and then not do anything about it next week out? Thomas Burns will be back next week, and hopefully he can finally kick on. Ooh, Tom Barnes is now comfortable knocking the ball past the point. That should make him much better. That's very good to see him achieve that. Of his pace, considering he's just got 7 dribbling, but 13 acceleration and 12 pace. Should be able to beat his man on the dribble a lot more often with that. What else can we teach on to him? Should he stick to the left-hand side when dribbling? I feel like that is a sensible thing to do, because essentially he's never going to help us that much. So with Will Bell, movement training, dribble down the left flank, and so fall down left. Okay, perfect. Keep going at that, my friend. Maybe that will finally make him the undoubted starter on the left-hand side. We'll see. Okay, what am I excited? Let's set up the team for next week's match. Again, Dan Mitchell, good performance of the bench out there, but our centre-backs have been so solid of late. And I don't really want to change it up. I don't really want to lose Ben Mitchell, but just gotta take a risk. Johnny Wilson stays out there. Aaron Cochrane is doing decently as well. Well, actually, last time out wasn't that impressive. Tarkington, I'm glad to be rid of out of the first team. Tom Barnes can hopefully come back in stronger than ever. Jack Barry will keep faith with. Caden Waters done well. Heron's done well last time out. Hopefully he can take the confidence forward. Okay, team selection. Zach Graham can go on the bench. Or should we keep Ben Mitchell out there? Give him any sort of match time. We can't. No, that's not force the issue. I don't understand if the player's performing so well. Or will he? Riddle can stay out there for the left winger conundrum. Okay, so Ben Mitchell will play. Wood can play without any doubt. So that is 4. Oh no, Blackstock's injured anyways. So that's the perfect 5. Yes, should be good with that. Oh wait, let me see. Bradley Yip. It's on peak and low. Yeah, all good. Okay. So let's see, has there been the bright changes? Connell Young will play here, please. Wood, Mitchell, Watson, Clark, Gill, good. That looks good. Ben Gordon can come in, play in here. We always have things. So McGill 1, Mitchell, Gordon, Young, Moore. Yeah, that should be fine in terms of the ages. As I dribbled on myself. Whoops. William Rory, who seems full trading after 8 months out with a hip injury. My old man's got a new hip in, and she doesn't look the same anymore. And as a central defender, just as a stopper, I guess, could still be useful. But I'm hoping we're not going to have to call upon him anymore, especially because, you know, at central defender we don't really need anyone. and in the midfield zone. I hope I don't need a 7-year-old who can't really move. So in a perfect world, he will not see the light of day for us any longer. As Donegal Celtic have won the Steels and Sons Cup. Our bitter rivals Donegal Celtic have won it from the lower leagues. The highest tier involved is our tier, so it's quite surprising that two teams who weren't in that tier are represented. And Donegal Celtic have just won the Steels and Sons Cup, which makes them an even scarier proposition once we come up against them in the Intermediate Cup final, which is, participated by the same teams. That is going to be their next competitive fixture. So yeah, that could be quite a tough ask in the end. I'm so happy we got that draw. Donegal Celtic, apparently a historic rival of ours. And as much as there were many easier teams in the hat, just very nice to have a team where there's a bit of history in the tie. A bit of spite. I like seeing that. And I would like seeing our B team win, with all the players we sent down there performing well. As Bannersburg's, our former club, look to renew some contracts that they get promoted. It's probably not going to get calculated yet. So the top goal scorer was Mark Sloy for Gleb Rangers, and the top assist was Marcus O'Kane for Donegal City. And look at him, he's got 13 to 19 aggression, 13 to 19 acceleration. A super fast winger on the right hand side. Interesting. As our B team actually suffer a heavy defeat against Ballyclare, who's at top of the table, so that's fair enough. Scott Little got a 10-point all rating. So he looks like the kind of guy who's got no business playing for a B team. But that's fine, some of our players aren't supposed to be either. So did they start as we want them to? Yes. As Mitchell got an assist and a 7.0 despite losing 5-1. So he really wants to raise our attention onto him. Jinx Clark does terribly. And Marcus Brownlee's the one who scored. That's surprising. Wait, they had a 1.02 XG. We had the better XG. We got FM'd massively. Okay, that's better science then, I guess. Especially for our tactics. Let us go on holiday until the next match, and I will use that time and get myself something to snack, because I am feeling snacky. Okay, here we are again. I got myself a lovely Ovaltine chocolate thing. Then I've got myself a gingerbread covered by chocolate, very Austrian candy, Christmas time. A heart. There you go. Lovely stuff. So if the microphone is picking up the chewing, I'm sure you're enjoying that very much. They've lost their last 4 matches. One of them in the Northern Irish Cup, though. The only game winning coming in the Intermediate Cup recently. Even in the league, it's been late September since they won their only match of the season so far that they have managed to win. So training review comes in and no one is in the bad performance, which is very nice. We'll have a closer look at that on the fast. As I always like to do, but basically all players are in the green, which is wonderful to see. Okay, so both the ball and the supporters expect us to win this match against Crewe United, and I will be honest with you, so do I, and I'm confident that we will as well. Bottom of the table, haven't won since late September, and we're almost back into January already. We should be making fairly easy work of this. Especially coming in off the back of 1 win against Tubbermore, the top half should be good for us. And yeah, a good opportunity to finally climb up that league table as PSG's Christoph Kolk here wins the Manager of the Year award. Afterwards, we've got Knockbrader away. Well, let's first focus on this match. Blackstock is on his way back from injury. William Rory would already be ready for 45 minutes of action. However, as I said, he's probably not going to see the light of day unless for like a ceremonial act of lifting a trophy that we win as the club captain. Yeah, so a win here could only take us up in the 5th, to be fair, but you know, within touching distance, even of the 2nd spot if results go away. So let us hope they do. Now I jump into the tactical meeting. So they say we should go attacking. We'll start positive, but I'm not going to hesitate too long before going attacking. If it's going to prove a challenge to break them down. Team is already set up. We will go with the same lineup as last season, as 2 weeks ago actually, because we made the change of Barnes for Tarkington, following Barnes having been out for a suspension for 1 week. Other than that, exactly the same, trying to keep give a bit more consistency into it. And yeah, let us save the game here real quick and then jump straight into it. So yum. Submit the team and go to the match. Region form something as I have Crewe in 12th place whilst we're in 4th. Let's show them why. Let's show them with a better team. Caelan Ward is inspired by that. Look at that, Mr. Waxman, Wardo in at left back, Heron up top. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, they have more pictures of us then, that scares me. I always think that makes them bigger players. I don't know how true that is, but there's so many pictures. They did just get relegated though, so maybe that's why they started the game out in the 2nd of Northern Irish football. Because Walker's going to take a free kick for us. 5th minute, first highlight. Pretty early. Barry dribbles inside. Looking for Ward. I don't know how it got on the end of it, but please finish it. Let's go! Woo! 1-0 up early on. And that was way too easy. Wow! He goes for the bicycle! We call it a bicycle. We call it a bicycle in German. I don't know how you call that. Yeah, like terrible pass by Barry, but Ward anticipates the error from White away and runs clear of him. That's wonderfully to open up the angle against the goalkeeper and slot into the bottom corner. Expertly done. And honestly, from this stage, leading 1-0 against bottom of the table early on should leave them in no doubt as to who is going to win that match. So we're going to slow the pace of our distribution down. That's all the change we'll make for now. Just to make sure that we are not being massively controlled in terms of possession as we are right now, but just a little bit less. I would be tempted to maybe push for a second goal. Because you never know what's going to happen towards the end of the match. A 2-goal cushion could be very useful. We don't want to risk too much. We'll go attacking for the last 50 minutes of the first half. And maybe the beginning of the second half. So there's a highlight falling here. And if it doesn't happen there, then we're not going to be pushing for it. We're going to be happy to take a 1-goal victory. I just want to make sure we get the win. And I feel like going for a second goal early on kind of makes sense. So McKinsey's going to pick this one up to deliver long. So they always seem to go long at this level of football. Wardlow does the same towards the Berry. Wilson, our playmaker, wonderfully weighted past the Berry. Heron is in. He was offside anyways, but he should do better there. Yeah, this would currently put us into 5th, just 8 points away from top of the table. However, Queen's University are currently winning against Lamavadi, which keeps the gap at 6 points at that second spot, but closes it to top of the table. Not sure what I really would like to happen in that match between Queen's and Lamavadi. Maybe a draw, so we can make up some ground on the second place team, but also the first place team. Obviously, ideally, we will still win the league and automatic promotion, but it's very unlikely. Whereas even when we are winning, we don't seem to do it convincingly. They have been largely in control of possession so far this match. I haven't done anything with it though. Johnny Wilson could be doing better. Harry Wardlow again doesn't seem to be finding his man a lot. Jack Berry already got 2 key passes, and that assist. Looking good at that. Tom Burns not really creating much of anything, hardly involved as well. So we will make him a wing on support for the second half here. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear to take charge of this match. Point my finger. Burns inspired by that. That's very good. He's the one I would like to turn his. Whose performance I would like to turn around the most. Him and Heron, I guess. Why are we very attacking? I wanted us to be attacking. Guess I must have misclicked there. Everything else will keep as it is. All the more surprising that there weren't any opportunities in those last 15 minutes if I put it up to very attacking. It's bizarre, actually. Another problem with very attacking is often that you go just route one. Like instinctively hit the ball forward so that you change the pace of the game to go forwards as fast as you can. But that doesn't lead to any opportunities, and that ball's just getting kicked about a bit, but that doesn't lead to any opportunities. It's very surprising. And honestly, I'm really disappointed. We haven't created anything. This is the worst team in this division. We'll go down to positive. They've also been absolutely in control of possession. We'll slow the pace down, but we will go for a bit of a higher tempo because I want to see something. Keep all that as it is. Watts is pleased on the bench, so tempted to bring him on for Heron. Maybe he can make some more decisive runs. Caden Ward also always gets really tired. It's a bit frustrating. I think I'll wait with any substitutions for now. See how the play develops. No one's doing too badly. I'm sure we have another gear in us, right? Show me something. Actually, I'll demand more. It's not good enough. Nothing's happening. What can come on for Heron? Cochrane picked up a yellow. I'll leave him out there for now. Wilson comes off for Hannah. Riddle comes on for Wardlow. Wardlow is giving up possession way too much. The Volk is tiring. We'll wait a couple of minutes before we bring Graham on for him. Lower this down again, I guess. Doesn't make a difference apparently. I don't know, what can we change? Maybe we'll go for whipped crosses instead of low crosses. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, to be honest. McLaughlin's just allowed to freely run through there. What happened? So we'll take Lavorkov for Graham. Bring also Jack Owens on for Caden Ward. The tired boys off. That's all the changes we're allowed to make already, isn't it? We'll keep the Jack Owens one done in our back pocket for a little bit longer. Time waste a bit with some substitutions. Ooh, Riddle on the free kick. He's going to deliver. Oh, that's a nice option to find Watts there. Watts just fell asleep halfway there and didn't get there on time. Briars, ooh, was it back though? Good hassle. The free kick is given to them. Hey Hassan, how are you, my friend? I'm good, thank you. Thank you. We are, getting back to winning ways, but it's just a bit frustrating because we don't seem to be creating anything. And I was expecting us to be, a good, a dominating team this season. But it's just not happening. We're playing bottom of the table at home. We just won at home against Tubbermore as well. So in Football Manager terms, not doing too well. Other than that, pretty well, thank you. How about you? And yeah, first match of the stream, we drew against Moyola Park, but we're slowly sneaking up that table. Slimavadi seemed to have turned the match against Queen's University around, which is of course good in the sense we'll be within 5 points of the promotion playoff spot, but keeps Slimavadi at quite a bit of distance to us. As it looks like we're going to end up winning 1-0 here, but we've just created our first shot since half time, and I really don't know what's going wrong with this team so far this season. We made some minor changes to the tactic as well since last stream, trying to get a bit back to what we did last season. Also, a bit more consistency with our player selection, hoping that players will find a bit of form and getting to know each other better. But I don't know, it's all not seeming to have quite the effects I was hoping for. I'm very happy with the result despite not being at our best. And I feel like I've said that so many times this season. Had a nice nap again, that's good to hear, my friend. So yeah, puts us into 5th, overtaking Tuppermore, who we beat last week out. It's a bit frustrating that all the 3 teams above us are 4 points away, so none of them in catching distance for the next match. But 4 points to the promotion playoff spot is something we were far away from at the beginning of the stream. So I guess positives to be taken in terms of the points we get on the board. Performances is a bit of a different question. Issue a warning to Heron. I feel like we've been doing that a lot. Our defense is doing very well today. We haven't conceded a goal yet in those 3 league fixtures. So that's our 8th unbeaten game in the league in a row, which is really nice. Again, you know, it's going well. It just doesn't feel like it's going well. That's a bit frustrating. We've got a couple of fairly easy away ties against Knockbraid and Port Stewart, but with us not really being that convincing so far this season. I'm not sure what to make of those games. I think maybe we can get one of those games in against Knockbraid, but I'm not making any promises. As Matthew Heron apologizes. Performance, good to see. Players reacting well to my criticism as we're about to, you know, turn over into the 1st of January, so it might take a while to load in. We are in with an offer for a young left back. Really not where we need right now, Mr. Peter McCrowden, but thank you very much. So, by the way, face pack. Peter McCrowden doesn't have a picture. No, well, did I dream that? That was McDowell, wasn't it? Not Peter McCrowden. Of course, it was always like a game generated pass in Peter McCrowden. As Haaland wins Footballer of the Year, congratulations. Apparently we're going to have to wait to progress due to the 1st of January, which takes a while. Yeah, transfer window, don't really know what we're looking for. We've got a pretty nicely balanced team. You know, there's a couple of positions where none of the players have made the position completely their own yet. And left winger spot, the defensive central midfielder spot, although Cochrane looks like it's going to be his. I wouldn't mind if we get some quality into those positions, but overall I'm okay with what we have. It's just not quite clicked so far this season. See what the dynamics are saying. Ben Mitchell is complaining about his game time, but with our defense doing so well, I'm not really too interested in forcing him into the squad. Now that's gonna cause for some unrest in the club. I think we'll be able to manage that until he either calms down or maybe gets picked off us in the January window. We got 7 people supporting him. Who's opposing him actually? Can I see that? There's 2 of them. Jack Graham and Matteo Lavolca, who are of course another couple of centre backs looking to get into the team. Tom Hegan, Chris Watson, Matthew Hanna, John McGill, Jamie Massey, Aaron Cochrane, and Elliot Wood are opposing his view. No, supporting his view, sorry. Which is like 3 of our goalkeepers, so not too many of the active starters. So it's okay. Hopefully a creator comes in. Yeah, that's true. We need a bit more creativity, don't we? Missing a little bit. Johnny Wilson as a playmaker, not always making those passes. Kalen Ward not looking too bad though. I don't know. I think we've got a lot of those wingers with quite a bit of pace and an okay delivery, but then just not working out on either side, and I'm not sure why that is. Is that because the opposition aren't giving us enough space to run into, or is it because we're missing a creator who can find the balls in behind to those players? This question on the Belfast Reporter is transfer is open once again. Bring it with speculation over your plans. P.S.N.I. Will there be any deals in the coming weeks? I don't know. Yeah, we'll only enter the market for the right player. That's what we'll say. Change season expectations to improve the wage budget for a top half finish. We are expecting a top half finish, so we might as well do that and see if Peter McCrowden picks out a very good player with that kind of extra money. As Joe Crow is reported to go to Ballymaccash. Good luck to him if he goes there. Ooh, we wanted to first of the month. Obviously, we'll go through training. First, we'll do the fortnightly staff meeting. Could yield valuable information on that. We need to end Tony Tumulty's individual attack movement training because it's not yielding results. Again, it's the only thing that makes sense for him, really. So actually, I'll persist with it. Colonel Young's game will improve if we start to knock the ball past the pole when taking them on. As a strong political presence lends itself to playing in this manner. Again, I want to play him in the central midfield, but he's not tempted to dribble that much anyways, so we will not do that for now. Tony Tumbleton no longer trains as a central attack midfielder. Okay, thank you for that valuable information for the umpteenth time. Apparently Tom Hegan has improved, although his progress charts it's just a straight line. And Chris Watts is not having much success right this week, but it is not the first time telling us this, so maybe we'll stop that. Nathan Riddle has declined in the last few months. It's fair enough. Matthew Herron, disappointed with his form of late. That's fair enough. 6.5. Even though he scored a goal in those recent matches, not okay. If you want to stay in the fast team, you have to do better. Very well. Let us go to the training situation and have a look. So Tom Hegan is training at an 8.15, so we'll praise him for that. Focus doesn't seem to be working, but Dowell says it is, so we'll trust him with that. Sean McGill again doesn't seem to be working, and he also doesn't say that it is. What can we do? Reflexes was 3 anticipation. Tactical, I feel like we've tried that before and it didn't work. Sweeping. Let's go for reactions. Jamie Massey's apparently seeing some results of the individual training focus, although it's been a long time and it's not really been that good. Hopefully that'll get better. Craig Byers has improved. Chris Wood has benefited from individual training focus. That's good. We got some praise for doing good. Wolfgang said, you know what? I'm installing FM23 again. Has our chat of all the many lower leagues been intrigued you? Good luck with it, my man. So the attempts at a journeyman from Romania and Soccer Manager have not been that much fun. And I swear to all that is holy, I will not uninstall it again. I believe in you. I love you. I love your attitude of never giving up, always trying again. Get back on that horse. As I don't have anything to say to Andrew Ferguson, he's old and he's getting worse. That's fair enough. Jack Graham reportedly is not getting much better with his weaker foot, so you can stop training that, but I would like you to get better overall. Taylor Walker looks good, what he's doing. Ben Mitchell is showing improvement in his game and training under 7.8, even though he's unhappy right now. That's very nice. It's not very nice that he's unhappy, but it's good to see that he still puts in a professional attitude at training. It's Ben Gordon showing improvement in his game. Good. Kai Wardlow hasn't. which is not good. William Worry's back in training. Good for him. Nice that he can kick a football again with his new hip. Why is Conor Young not having a specific focus? Because he was complaining that he was training too much, or what's going on there? I guess we were trying to work on his passing before. So work on his agility and balance. 8 and 5 is just not good enough in my book. Nick Tarkington has shown signs that he's on the decline as a 26-year-old. That's terrible and inexcusable as well. Johnny Wilson is not improving. Aaron Cochrane is not improving in composure and decisions. We'll make him work on defensive positioning, I guess. See if that does him a bit better. Justin says he's gonna uninstall it again. Nah, don't go with that negativity. I will learn this massive game even if I get into depression. I shall not. It's installed. God help me. Good luck, my man. So Matthew Hammer has performed okay in training lately, not improved though. And he's also not, like, his passing hasn't improved really, so we will try what they always recommend us to do, playing more 1-2s. Louis Blackstock is back from injury. Tony Tumulty is doing okay for his age. Caleb Ward showing an improvement, good. Jack Ward isn't. Why is Jack Berry not having any specific extra training? I don't understand. So, you know, leadership course or something. But maybe he is, because I can't ask to send him a leadership course. That's weird. No idea what's going on there. Maybe I can't send him a leadership course because he's in on loan. Tom Spans is not improved. I want to see better from a 21-year-old. Bradley, yep. Doing okay. Almost to it, don't worry guys. Okay, he was not improved. We want him to though. Okay, very well. That's that done. Let us advance through January. How do you feel your scores could be improved in terms of positions? I will not answer that. I don't want anyone to get offended. So a couple of fairly easy away ties before the cup game against our rivals Donegal. Knockbrader sitting in 9th, Port Stewart sitting in 11th. Winning them both could be huge for us. We need to see a little bit more than we have done so far this season. And I think maybe in between streams I'm going to put the extra work in and look at all the goals we've scored so far this season, seeing which way they come in, and like, you know, if they've been straight passes through the middle or if they've been like crosses in from wide or whatever it has been, seeing how we might be able to create more of those. Boys need to step up. Yeah, we need to see more. We need to see more creativity, more opportunities. I feel like we've got competitive players in every position. I want to see that translate into the match engine. As the board gives us a B minus, and the sports gives us a C plus. That's fair enough. I would give myself worse ratings, to be honest. So we slowly but surely getting more players on our side. Eventually they will all like us, I'm sure of it. Set up the team for the weekend. I think we'll send out the exact same team as we did for the last week, and just give them an opportunity to grow together and get to know each other and get to know the tactic. You know, familiarity is completely up, but maybe it's a bit different when they're all putting together for one purpose. So we're going to work on the match sharpness of Tom Hegan from now on, because he will need to be ready once the cup time comes around. Let's see, so Wood can go on the bench. Riddle needs a bit of match time to get some more match sharpness into him. Okay, so Riddle, Hannah, and Hegan definitely will go. Who else should go? Maybe Turkington, Jake Moore, William Roy we don't worry about. Tony Tumulty we can kind of ignore a bit as well. Let's go for Tarkington. No, wait, we don't have any centre back this way. Okay, Riddle, Hannah, Hegan, Moore, and then one of the two centre backs. We will go with Mitchell because he's got less injury susceptibility. 90 minutes, please. As we made an offer for Peter Doherty, right/centre back, 28. Look like a bit of a character. Looks like a very nice fella. But we really don't need him, to be honest. He's not much of a right back with one crossing though. At 5 dribbling though. 6 jumping reach is not much of a centre back. He's really not quite in the mold of player we would be looking for right now. I don't think that we would accept him should the deal come through. Okay, fast team players for the match for the B team. Mitchell, Riddle, Watson can play right back. No, he can't. He's better off playing midfield, I guess. Brownlee can play at right back. Clark. Is there anyone we're still leaving out? Watson, Brownlee, Clark, Hegan, Mitchell, Riddle, and yeah, no, everyone's out there. Perfect. Good luck to the boys against Dundela. So Dare Russell, the left back, has rejected us. That's fine. We were never really interested. Don't know what Peter McCroden is looking for. Don't know what he's thinking, to be honest, with his recruitment currently. So another 4 days until the match against Knockbreda. Knockbreda are the team which got relegated or promoted? Or neither? I don't remember. We'll need to have a look at them. They're not doing well anyway, sitting in 9th. And the only team that so far have been beaten by bottom of the table as well. Not necessarily the best signs. They were relegated last year. There you go, Hassan has got the overview. Let's confirm that. So they're sitting in 9th of 11 points from 13 games. And last season they were relegated by 12th and Champions. Look at that! Look at that! It's from 2017 to 2022, they finished 10th twice, 11th twice. Competition did not complete, okay, because of COVID. And now finally they have been relegated. They've always been in and around it. And 11th, remember, is just a relegation playoff, not actually the relegation spot. Yeah, so they have been knocking on the door of relegation for quite a long time. Last season they finally confirmed that. The FM23 is back. Hi. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? FM23 just followed me. Thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? So we're doing a Journeyman save, and we are currently with the Police Service of Northern Ireland in the third tier of Northern Irish football, looking to get promoted. However, after we joined them halfway through last season, and they were looking like a relegation candidate, and we dragged them all the way into a promotion playoff. This season, it's just not been going the way we expected it to be. And instead of in a promotion push, we find ourselves very much mid-table-y. Turned around with a couple of nice performances recently, so now we're just 4 points behind that promotion playoff spot, and 9 points still behind top of the table, which gets automatic promotion. So we're slowly edging ourselves back into it, but we've not really looked like a side which should get promoted. So it's a bit up and down. You're good. Good to hear. As all the players accept their fine without comment. That's not what we like to see. We want to see them respond to it. That's okay. So yeah, sitting in 5th, 4 points behind that promotion playoff spot, and we're only looking up. You know, there's very little chance that we'll get dragged down into a relegation, entrenched into a relegation battle this season, and you know, in mid-table nothing really happens. However, what is important to note, after every team played each other twice, so we are just over halfway. Like after 22 games, the league splits. Top of the table play each other once each again, and bottom of the table play each other once each again. So we need to be in the top half if you want to have anything to do with promotion. But for now, we're looking in good stead for that. Peter Doherty has rejected the chance to join our club. That's okay. I wasn't too interested anyways. We'll send McDowell to the press conference. Yeah, interesting. Well, since it's a Journeyman save as well, I should warn you, since we're in January, I only want to spend like 2 or 3 seasons at every club. So I feel like it would be unrealistic to take charge of contracts and like transfers, all of it myself, because I am just here temporarily and the club is going to exist before me and after me. So we kind of leave most of the things to our director of football and our backroom staff. However, we do always have a veto in terms of selling a player and also who we bring in, that we always have like the last say on it. However, on this one, I don't think we're going to have much of a say, as McCroden informs us the bad news that he's unable to agree a new contract with Massey. Having entered into negotiations of a new contract for Jamie Massey, I found his demands to be unacceptable. In response to Crusaders' approach for Massey, I'm giving you the chance to handle these contract negotiations yourself, should you wish to try to get him to commit his future to us instead. So yeah, we will give that a try, because if our director of football can't do it, maybe we can. Maybe we have a better connection to Massey. As Crusaders are interested in our young goalkeeper. He's 17, he's the Ireland under-18s national goalkeeper, so it's incredible we got him in. He's very interested in negotiating terms with Crusaders, which is fair enough. They're a professional side from the top tier. There's only like 6 professional sides in all of Northern Ireland. And presumably, they're offering him an important player role. Or is that the contract he wants from us? No, I think it's the contract he wants from us. Despite still being young, Massey expects to be promised to be considered an important player. That we can do. Like, he's 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. And yeah, he's a fantastic young goalkeeper. And losing him would be quite painful. Let's start the negotiations, see if we can do anything more. We'll look to strengthen the following area for the first team squad. Want to see reinforcement in central midfield. Not sure if I want to do that. We'll see if he accepts it without it. He does. What does he want? 180 euros appearance fee. Now you should understand the highest appearance fee we have at the club is 75, and his existing contract is 25. So that is a bit much to ask for. Wage budget cost would be 140 euros a week. I don't want to lose him. You know, ideally, obviously, we take him on a part-time contract rather than a non-contract. Well, why can we not do that? Why don't we not? Like, we don't have anyone on a part-time contract. I'm not sure why. So yeah, I don't know. We'll try and offer him the 75. Clean sheet bonus will up though, and unused substitute bonus you can have 25 because you're never going to be an unused substitute. International cap bonus you will put in case you make your Northern Ireland debut, but at that stage, I feel like you're going to have left us anyways. No clause we can put in. Let's suggest that. Still wants 180. So it doesn't look like he wants to negotiate much. 170. Woo! Come on, keep coming down towards us. 85. 90. Okay, well, we'll look to stand strong at 100. And 20. I don't know. Look, that would take 100 euros out of our wage budget. And our wage budget is like 300 euros, 350. So I don't feel like you should ever have one player earning a third of the wage. Should have gone with 100 euros and see if he takes it, shouldn't I? I've been 85 years old, I've been fine with that. Should have gone with that and seen if he takes it. I can't do that now, of course. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What are you saying in the chat, boys? Take it or not? I think not. I think we walk away and see if we can negotiate later again before Crusaders picks him up. Because as much as, you know, the idea should be do everything to keep him around, we are restricted by the wage budget. We have a 350 euro wage budget, and this will take out 100 euros of it each week. It's a lot of money, to be honest. And I feel like the 100 euros a week is actually a conservative guess. I don't think it's going to bankrupt the club or anything like that. I just think it's going to mean that we're going to be overstretching the wage budget. I mean, maybe we can do it and keep him around until the end of the season. It's only a non-contract, so we can just release him at the end of it. Because we don't really need to strengthen anywhere anyways. So it's not like we're going to need that money elsewhere. And it's not like we're operating at a like par level. We're not operating at a loss. I think we could do it. I think we could keep him around till the end of the season at least. Then, you know, 18 years old, way too good for us. You know, if we get promoted, then we can reconsider it. Maybe give him a part-time contract. I'm kind of talking myself into signing him up. But if you guys think no, then you're happy to hear your thoughts, of course. Big decision to end the stream. So, by the way, this is probably going to be the end of the stream. We might be back at 8 p.m. I don't know yet. I might be going to the Christmas market with my girlfriends. But let me hear what you think in the chat. In the meantime, okay. Well, oh, okay. No, I guess I have to decide now. Offer's not been finalized. You want to send this offer before you leave this page. What are we thinking? I think I'll send it. Would I regret it? I should have lowballed him more, shouldn't I? Well, he is an important first team player. He is that. He would be in terms of contract, and he is that in actual fact as well. Now, again, I always say that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of his attributes. I don't think he's that much better than Tom Hegan. So I think we'd be fine with Tom Hegan as well. But there's opportunity. We could keep him around. We could get promoted. We could give him a part-time contract. Keep him around for another half a season, and maybe the club could sell him on for money. And at the end of the day, if ever it's too much money that we're blowing on his contract, we can just release him. We can also, of course, leave him on the old contract, not spend that much money on him, and See how long he stays. Or if he leaves to Crusaders. Wolf said he already hates us. I don't know if he's talking about our save or his own now. Not because of the reasons you expect. Oh my god. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Okay, it's still there. We will walk away, and when the opportunity arrives again, we'll try and offer him another contract. And if he takes a lower deal, perfect. I have no real names, no badges. My friend, there's a Sealand video for that. You know, we talked about Sealand when you loaded up the game. You can get a real name fix and all the real badges into the game. You can also get player faces. It's fairly easy actually. It takes about 5 to 20 minutes to install, and everything is fine. Or you can just look for a lower league where everything is there. For example, a lower league of Northern Ireland. They have all the real names and all the badges, as far as I understand. Ah. Stupid Crusaders. Agrees with Ben Mitchell as well. Oh, he's already on the bid from Crusaders. So we don't have any time at all. Do you know what I'm going to offer it? See what happens. There's no guarantees he takes it anyways. Doesn't think I know the reason. What did you do? Sena seeks a loan deal. Contracted to Larn. Don't know what has come up in our feed. We're not really too desperate for the centre backs. Actually, the position we're least interested in, but McCroden puts in an offer anyways. As yeah, Crusaders have made a free transfer offer for Jamie Massey. We'll see what he decides in the end. We have offered him arguably the best deal we could. He didn't actually buy the game. My God, man. It's worth it. It's worth it. And if you want to test it first and buy FM21 or 22, whichever is like at a nice price right now, it's absolutely worth it. Oh, well, there's a demo version, isn't there? Anyways, normally there's a demo version, or there used to be when I started out. I may or may not, who knows, have downloaded the game off the internet and not actually bought it. Hey man, you do you. But I think, like when I started out playing, there was always a demo version available, which is very nice. So I started with a demo version where you could play half a year into the game, like a full version of the game, just test it, and then decide if you want to buy it and continue that save or not. It's not worth it in my eyes. Now, if you don't know that you're going to keep playing it, obviously I understand if it's not worth it for you. But yeah, you can just start going with an older version, which is like cheap. I have no idea what they cost. But there's so much detail. It's so good. Once you're into it, best investment there is. With the amount of time and joy you'll get out of it for the amount of money you put in, always going to be worth it. As the expectation for this match is only a draw against North Breda at Breda Park. However, we will not be doing that game now. We will be ending the stream right here. Now, again, yeah, it's $50 for the FM23, of course, but maybe there's an older version which you can get for a bit cheaper. I'm not 100% sure we'll be back. I'll update the schedule depending, like, when I figure it out. Maybe I'll be going to Christmas with my girlfriend, maybe not. But either way, we'll definitely be back at 4 p.m. tomorrow. For now, we'll obviously end out as we always do with the Boycott Qatar 2022 fundraiser, where I'll put in another €5 to go towards the €750 goal. We'll already be at €150, which is what? Is that a fifth of the way there? Yes, fifth of the way to the fundraising goal. Hopefully we'll be managing to get that done. So yeah, maybe tonight or tomorrow. I think we're going to go for a raid as well. We've got 3 viewers in the stream. Let's go for a quick raid, see who's live. There's the thank you coming through. Let me see. Twitch.tv. Let's see who's live on Football Manager 2023. We can actually do this together. Always like a smaller streamer, give you a nice option. Let's see, that's French. That setter is German, Portuguese. So he's German or English. Ooh, we'll see how flexible he is, I guess. New and retro games, 40 years old. Not sure what this is about, but we'll go to Dizzy or Matt. Raid over to him. See what's going on his channel. And have a good time there. So yeah, thank you for everyone tuning into the stream today. We'll be raiding over there, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. For now, have a nice evening. Woff, good luck with your Football Manager adventure, and see you soon. Bye.